What would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm a 10.
A 10?
Yeah.
That's like flawless though.
Yeah, I am flawless.
Welcome back to Cheverisimo, where I react to anything and everything on the internet. Let's get right to it.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Just got back home from the gym. Today's video is about this viral thing right now on TikTok. This woman talking about how she's angry that she wasn't flirted on at her Amazon job. Let's get right into it.
One thing really made me really upset. I saw a girl and the dude playing around, like flirting and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, do I look that motherfucking bad? For me not to have nobody flirting with me, damn. It's like, half of it, I hate my fucking life. All the dudes flirt with the other girls. Dudes really don't flirt with me, or am I? It doesn't happen.
First off, work is work, okay? You can't use your job as a way of, like, I don't know, instead of using Tinder or meeting somebody in real life. So I don't think it's conducive for a good career. Obviously, she's working Amazon. That's all cool, you know, but you're not there to try to hook up with someone or try to date someone. First off, I think that is one of the things that you should not be doing for the most part. It doesn't really end well, you know, because if it ends wrong, you have to see that person. It gets awkward. And then they also might claim harassment. So I get that she's jealous seeing other people doing that, but I don't think it's a smart move at all. And also, if she wants to get, you know, hit on, so to speak, in real life outside of work as well, she should try to hit the gym. You know, I'm not sure if she is pregnant or not, but it looks like she's not. She's just severely overweight. So that would help her, you know, a ton to do that. You know, like in this case, she would need to lose a lot of weight, and that would obviously open up some more opportunities for her to meet someone.
It doesn't happen. I know, it's probably because the way I'm shaped.
She just said it.
All types of stuff. But I had to go in the bathroom because I was literally about to cry. Nobody flirts with me. And it's sad.
To be honest, these days on any, you know, dating app like Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, even women who are overweight, obese, they still get attention because guys in general are very thirsty, and they'll literally try to contact anybody, you know. And obviously there are more men than women on most of these dating apps. So someone like herself, if she did have a dating profile, she probably would get somebody who is like an attractive dude, you know, to go out with her. So trying to do that at work is probably not the best bet for her, you know. But anyways, let's get to where this woman, I think, is reacting to that viral video of that woman not liking that she wasn't flirted on.
So recently this video went viral where this girl was talking about how she works in an Amazon warehouse and nobody ever hits on her, and that makes her feel bad and shitty, and it sparked a lot of discussion and debate and controversy. So let's talk about it. As a certified conventionally unattractive woman, I have some thoughts. Like with many things, I think the root of the problem stems from the fact that desirability has been tied up so tightly and deeply with womanhood that we almost don't conceive of womanhood outside of it, and we don't conceive of an experience of womanhood that does not include being desirable to men. In fact, it's very uncomfortable for people to consider what it might be like or that it might exist, because a lot of the comments that she's getting are very invalidating. Either they are fix yourself, lose weight, like you can.
Isn't that something that even she said that her shape wasn't good? So if she said it herself, then yes, it's not healthy to have all that visceral fat right in your abdomen area, which could obviously cause a lot more issues. It's really, really inflammatory, guys. So it's not good for your health. It's not conducive for a healthy life. So that's number one. It's your health. Second, of course, aesthetically, you look more pleasing when you do lose weight. So that's just a given.
You know, bootstraps your way out of this problem, or they are women saying you don't want this anyway. You do not want the attention from men that is unsolicited, that feels dehumanizing and objectifying and gross. Both are understandable responses, but both I think are also somewhat born out of this deep discomfort with considering what it is like to be a woman who is not desired. Type 1 is a very classic American response to any problem. It's like, what can you personally do to change this? And I understand that it feels obvious that, oh, she should just start looking better so she can get that attention. But first of all, that doesn't happen overnight. And second of all, there are always going to be some people who look better than others. And it's very expensive and time consuming.
All you could really do is compare yourself now, okay, to what you were before. So if you are that person who is overweight and you went for 90 days and just like killed it with keto or like working out, then you look back and you're super happy about that. But look at someone else who's a bodybuilder who may take steroids or who may take, who does like a BBL. You can't compare yourself to that kind of person, right? So when she says that it's not overnight, of course it's not overnight. Anything that's worth having is not overnight.
And very exhausting to put that much work in to change your appearance. And it can feel very disempowering to do so for the attention of men. It is also very hard as somebody who is, when they, don't put in a superhuman amount of effort, who has some disadvantages in the attractiveness area. Like it can be really hard to look around and be like, but I'm eating as much as my friend and she's skinny. So why do I have to starve myself so I can look more like her when she just gets to walk out in the world and get all the privileges of already being thin? It feels deeply.
Well, look, I also had a coworker of mine before who had a thyroid issue, right? So she could eat a little bit of food and she just expands. She gets really big, right? And then I knew someone else who was more of an ectomorph, okay? And she was able to eat McDonald's, Burger King just before bed and not gain anything. So again, obviously, there are people who are born with higher metabolism and other people who are not. So in that case, you would need to adjust your diet and your lifestyle to whatever kind of body you already have, right? And how your body metabolizes calories and that kind of thing. So
unfair, and that is something that unfairness in general is something that we as Americans are extremely uncomfortable with, because we want everything to be on equal footing so that it's only hard work that determines what you get out of life. I see a lot of people saying either change it or don't complain, and that is just the most American thing I've ever heard. People in other countries, they either constantly.
That is true though, okay? What is the point in complaining? She could just stop eating whatever she's eating, okay? Like all the junk food or whatever she's eating constantly every single day. Go to the gym before work, after work. There's no excuses, right? There is no excuses. So that is true. That is true. There's no point in complaining. Okay, even people who complain, I hate my job. I don't like where I work. I don't like the salary I'm getting. Then change it. Study, right? You have a 9 to 5, right? Right after that 5 p.m. is done, you can go home and watch Netflix the whole night, or you could go home and start studying, take a certification, do something with your life to make sure that you get out of that situation. So you don't have to, succumb to your circumstances.
Complain with no hope of changing things, or if you come to them with a problem, they don't say, what can you change to fix that for yourself? They say, hey, I'm so sorry. What can I help you with? Or they even just say, do you want to talk about it? Or like, yeah, that's hard. That's it. Like, and in here, there's self-help and there's solutions and there's fix your mindset and there's all this shit, because we can't stand the idea of somebody being uncomfortable because of something that is even partly out of their control. Or worse, partly within our control if we're the ones making their life harder. Or experiencing glee and rapture at the idea that they have made their own life harder, which is something we do a lot. Now, comment number 2 about you don't want this attention anyway is also deeply understandable, because when you are a woman and you walk through the world and you get that kind of attention constantly when you don't want it, it feels horrible, dehumanizing, disgusting, makes the world feel unsafe. And even as somebody who doesn't get a ton of that attention, I am firmly in this camp with you. I hate it. I don't want any. And I intellectually understand what it feels like when somebody doesn't get it and wants it and feels othered because of that. But like for myself, I don't want it. The ways in which I don't get it, I'm mostly grateful for or neutral about. But when you are told this is such an integral part of womanhood, there is a sort of gender part of you that feels like I'm not a real woman, like I'm not a real person, like
Anyways, guys, I had enough of that. If you guys have an idea or comment on what happened here with that girl and what this girl has to say, of course, do you think it's fixable for a woman that feels like she's not, not attractive, not desired, to go to the gym, to work out, to cut down on calories? I think that is the case. So you can do certain things, change up your lifestyle, change up your diet to eat what you want, but still within a certain window so that you don't get all the negative effects and have a super huge belly and that kind of thing. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. If you guys like it, like it. If not, it's all good. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.